We give you the facts, it's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
What am I think? What am I think? You're listening to Popeye News Links. This is the Admiral Tibet who I represent, and remember, the time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. This is Popeye News Links.
People of Center, St. Mary and surrounding.
Yeah, watch Popeyes, mama.
Here is
Where I watch?
Popeye.
Are you an executive? If you are,
Greetings viewers and subscribers. So by now, you would have known that our Facebook page with almost 150,000 followers was hacked. As a result, we are partnering with that man on your screen. He's the man behind JaceOnline.org. Listen this.
Examples of a husband, father, and entrepreneur I know in Jamaica. This man has turned out some spectacular children. That's one of his biggest accomplishments. But what we're here today to talk about is his new venture, Jace Online.
Yes.
Okay, so this question came from Miss Gayle Biggs Jackson Brooks of the Treehouse.
All right.
You ready? She wants to know that as a business person, what can you do to help enhance my business? What does your company do for my business?
Okay, so as again, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for asking me. I'm honored.
All right, so as a business person, what we do for you is I'm a transformational type of IT person. So I'm able to come in, have a look at your operation to see how it goes. I'm able to use technology, emerging technology, AI, cloud, all the different areas of technology, and I'm able to put it into practice, practical ways that it can benefit your organizations to gain efficiency and to cut in cost.
So that man is one of the best and most underrated IT expert in Jamaica, and over the next few weeks and months, he'll be here to answer all your questions. Questions like steps you can take to prevent being hacked, software development, marketing, you name it. Make sure you visit jaceonline.org and make sure you check out his YouTube page. It's at IT Desk TV. I'll be dropping the links in the description below. And like I said, I'll be doing some live streams with Chris very soon where you can ask him all you need to know. Stand by. Coming up soon. In the news today, detectives attached to the Falmouth Sissoko office. They have arrested and charged 56-year-old Donald Scott. He's a laborer living at Stewart Refuge in the parish of Trelawny. The allegation is that on 2 different occasions last year, Donald held down and he had intercourse with an 8-year-old girl who was living in his community. He had also threatened to harm the little girl and a younger family member if they tell anyone. A report was made to the police who commenced investigations. Donald, he was picked up last week and on Friday, July 4, he was placed on an ID parade where he was positively identified. He has since been charged for 2 counts of rape and he'll be going to the courts shortly. Next up. The thieving of motor vehicles turn up in Jamaica. The Jamaica Constabulary Force, they are encouraging vehicle owners to start finding innovative ways to guard against your vehicles being stolen. A lady in her early 60s. She's a law enforcement officer working at the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, MOCA, in Kingston. She was assigned a 2020 black Toyota RAV4 which is owned by MOCA. Last week, Tuesday, July 1, she locked up and parked the RAV4 in the Bridgeview area of Portmore. When she made checks the next morning, hoodlums thieved the RAV4. On Thursday, July 3, a custom broker in his late 30s, he parked and securely locked up his white 2019 Toyota Hiace bus at Dolphin Avenue in the Brayton Phase 1 area of Portmore and went to bed. When he got up the next morning and made checks, hoodlums thieved the bus. On Thursday night, July 3, a technician in his late 50s. He parked and securely locked up a white 2022 Toyota Hiace bus, which is owned by Cable and Wireless Jamaica Limited. He parked it inside his yard at Belmore Avenue in the Cedar Grove area of Gregory Park in Portmore. When he made checks early the next morning, hoodlums thieved the bus. Thursday night, July 3, about 10 o'clock, a driver in his late 50s. He parked and securely locked up a silver 2017 Toyota Hiace bus in his yard in the Monza area of Greater Portmore in St. Catherine. The bus is owned by the Child Protection and Family Services Agency. The next morning, when the driver made checks, hoodlums thieved the bus. Early Sunday morning, July 6 at minutes to 1 o'clock, a technician in his early 50s. He parked and securely locked up his 2005 Toyota Hiace bus at Cedar Grove Boulevard in Gregory Park in Portmore. Early the next morning, the man, he realized that hoodlums thieved the bus. We are told that King Alarm, the company that was monitoring the bus, they realized that the bus was stolen, so they disabled the bus. As a result, the hoodlums who thieved the bus, they abandoned it at West Cumberland in Portmore. It was recovered by the police. The driver door and the keyhole for the bus were damaged. On Saturday afternoon, July 5, about 4 o'clock, a man in his mid-30s, he parked and securely locked up a white 2017 Suzuki Grand Vitara containing a number of items along the roadway at Central Way in the Silverstone area of Portmore and went away. Hoodlums, they thieved the Jeep. On Monday night, July 7, almost 10:30, a team of police officers, they were on patrol in the Happy Content area of Grange Lane in Portmore when they saw the said Suzuki Grand Vitara coming out of a dirt track. The police, they tried to stop the vehicle, but it sped away. The police, they gave chase, and it is reported that the hoodlums, they opened gunfire at the police, who returned the fire. The vehicle, it crashed, and two hoodlums managed to jump out, making good their escape. The driver, he was found stuck in the vehicle. He's popularly known as Smiles, and he's said to be in his early 20s. He's living at Greenwich Park Road in Kingston. Smiles, he was taken into police custody and he will be charged. Officers, job well done. This one, it took place Thursday night, July 3, about 9:30. It took place at 4 East, Greater Portmore in the parish of St. Catherine. Our information is that a lady in her mid-60s, she was walking home from work. On reaching her home, the lady, she was in the process of opening the grill when she was pounced on by a hoodlum from behind. The hoodlum, he pointed a gun at the lady and robbed her of her silver Hyundai cell phone, then ran away, making good his escape. This one, it took place yesterday afternoon, Monday, July 7, about 12:30. It took place at a phone shop named Cool Chris Repairs on Wheaton Plaza at Newland in Portmore. Reports are that an 18-year-old phone technician who worked in the shop, he was inside when a white panel van and a white Toyota Probox motor car drove up and stopped. Two hoodlums came out of the vehicles and entered the phone shop. One of them, he pulled a gun and juked down the youngster. They then proceeded to rob him of a large quantity of cell phones, laptops, phone accessories, phone parts and tools, plus cash. The hoodlums then exited the shop and boarded the two vehicles, making good their escape. Just like that. Over in Westmoreland, the police, they have arrested and charged a guy named Glen Anthony Campbell, but he's popularly known as CJ. CJ is 23 years old and he's living at Dorman Lane in the Galloway district area of Westmoreland. CJ, he has been charged for the offense of wounding with intent. The allegation is that on Thursday afternoon, April 24, about 2 o'clock, CJ and a 60-year-old man, they had a dispute at Doman Lane when CJ, he used a kitchen knife to inflict stab wounds to the left side of the man's neck, causing serious wounds. CJ, he then ran away, making good his escape. The man, he was rushed to hospital where he was treated and admitted in a serious condition. The police, they were informed and they commenced investigations. On Wednesday afternoon, July 2, about 1 o'clock, the police, they carried out a raid and CJ was held. He has since been charged and he'll be facing the courts shortly. Now, I've been getting a lot of messages. There is a bizarre case in the Old Hope area of Little London in the parish of Westmoreland. The body of an elderly woman was found in a house on Sunday, July 6, and a 54-year-old woman is in police custody. I am doing a lot of digging, and in a subsequent video, I'll be giving you the full exclusive details. Stand by for that. In this next report, on Monday afternoon, November 20, last year, about some minutes to 2 o'clock, a 40-year-old guy named Kirk Stephenson, but he was popularly known as Bopi. He and other family members, they were standing at the front of his house at Daddy Lane in the Bushy Park area of Old Harbour in the parish of St. Catherine when a silver Toyota Axio motor car drove up and stopped. A hoodlum jumped out of the back of the car with a gun in his hand and he opened gunfire at Bopi right there in front of his family members. The hoodlum, he then jumped back into the car and he and his cronies, they made good their escape. Bopi, he received gunshot wounds to his upper body and he was rushed by residents to the Spanish Town Hospital where he was pronounced DEAD on arrival. This killing, it took place in broad daylight and persons who were there, they immediately named a guy known as Chappie as the killer. The police, they have been searching for Chappie since then, and on the early morning of Thursday, July 3, Chappie, he was picked up during an operation by the police. His correct name is Kawayne Gayle, but like I said, he's popularly known as Chappie. Chappie is 18 years old and he's living at Wellside Lane in the Old Harbour area of St. Catherine. Chappie, he has since been charged for killing Bopi, so he'll be facing the courts shortly. The mayhem. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? If you have not yet done so, remember to hit on it. Also, if you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button as also. Hit on the notification bell, then click all, so that whenever we drop a new video, you'll be one of the first to be notified. In the final report for today, early this morning, I made that post on our Facebook page. It was captioned, "Photos of Kings Valley top gangster Ricardo, also known as Black Isle and Chin Mix from Jerusalem Mountain in Westmoreland. He was wanted by the police. He and one of his cousins were shot and killed in an alleged shootout with the police at Lime Hall in Senton. More details soon on Popeye News Links on YouTube. We bring you the realest news. Now, if you should go on Facebook and look at the comments, a male and a female, them take me on saying I should take down the post. I responded and told them to come take it down. I then ensured that only persons who follow the page for the past 24 hours could comment on the post. The female named Marsha Smith because she couldn't comment anymore. She sent me a WhatsApp message from that number on your screen. There is the unedited version of what she sent. She said, "You two peaclat lie. No shootout no go on and them never wanted. You spread false rumors just to get views with your lied self, and I tell lie pa me cousin them. You not even know them BC name. You effing shit house. You dead, you fi go bush, go dead. Fussy. She never say fussy. You see what she say? She then said, go suck out your big P mother. Big stinking batty boy. How you would feel if somebody were close to you get shot and you see people on the internet a post rumor upon them name and I tell lie. Like I said, she texts me from that number. I tried calling her back on her number 876-867-3111, but she didn't respond. She then went ahead and blocked me. Marsha Smith, also known as Sash or Ash. And if you should go over Marsha page, put a photo of Humpty Dumpty beside her and tell me what's the difference. Boy, may I tell you, Anyhow, Humpty Dumpty, listen carefully. Apparently, you never get the memo because the next time you try to style somebody, do your research. Dopey, not frightened. Dopey. Got it? I'm gonna tell you about your cousin's hoodlum activities in Westmoreland. There is the cousin on your screen. His name is Ricardo Hemmings, but he was also known as Junior. I will soon tell you about some other names that he was called, but he was born on January 14, 1989. He was 36 years old and he is from Jerusalem Mountain in the Grangeville area of Westmoreland. Now, if you notice, on that photo, he is very black. Persons used to call him Black Isle. You got it? Persons used to call him Black Isle. Black Isle was said to be a triggerman for the notorious Kings Valley gang in Grangeville. He carried out many shootings and murders on behalf of the gang. Black Isle was also a contract killer. Black Isle has been on the Westmoreland Police Most Wanted list from 2016. In July 2016, a team of police officers, they went to Rock Spring in Hanover near to the border of Westmoreland and they went in search of Black Isle. There was a shootout with the police. Black Isle, he managed to escape, but his baby mother, she was shot and injured. Black Isle, he was also wanted for shooting and injuring a female known as Cat in the same Rock Spring area in September 2016. Black Isle, he was also implicated in the shooting death of a 21-year-old guy named Ricardo Stewart, but he was popularly known as Manny. Manny, he was shot and killed in his yard at Jerusalem Mountain on the early morning of Tuesday, October 17, 2017, about 7 o'clock. Black Isle, he was also wanted for opening gunfire at 4 guys on the morning of Friday, July 24, 2020, about 10:30. This shooting incident, it took place at Jerusalem Mountain in Westmoreland. On Monday, July 11, 2022, I dropped a video. There's a thumbnail on your screen. One of the headlines was Jerusalem Mountain Mayhem. 1 man, 2 men killed. It was about an incident that took place at Jerusalem Mountain. It took place on Sunday night, July 10, 2022, about 7 o'clock. A grave digging was held at Jerusalem Mountain during the day. That grave digging was finished, but persons were still gathered there, to include vendors. The man to the left of the thumbnail, his name is Hopeton Stewart, but he was popularly known as Bogle or Blacks. Blacks was 46 years old, and Blacks, he was a well-known ganja farmer living at Millersfield Mountain in the Grangeville area of Westmoreland. Blacks, he was driving his grey Toyota Foxy when he stopped along the Jerusalem Mountain Road near to where the grave digging was being held. He had stopped to pick up someone. Blacks, he came out of the Foxy. A short moment later, Blacks, he was re-entering the Foxy when allegations are that Black Isle walked up to him and pointed a gun in his face. A tussle ensued between Blacks and Black Isle, but Black Isle, he managed to squeeze off a round, hitting Blacks to the right side of his face. Black Isle, he then ran off and he jumped on a waiting motorcycle, and he and his crony, they made good their escape. It was said at the time that Black Isle and his crony, they knew that Blacks, he would be coming to the grave digging to pick up the person, so they waited on him. So Blacks, he managed to go into the Voxy and drove off, but by this time, the bullet wound he received started to weaken him. The Voxy, it moved off at a fast rate of speed, and it mowed down several persons who were at the grave digging after party. Most of them were standing along the roadway. The Voxy, it then came to a stop in a ditch located in a yard. At that point, Blacks, he was seen motionless in the Voxy. As a result of this incident, a total of 4 persons, to include Blacks, died. The other 3 were a man, but I did not get his name. A 50-year-old vendor named Rosalyn Shearer. She was from Lances Bay in Hanover, and a 48-year-old lady named Denise Richards. Denise, she lived at Rock Spring in Hanover. Another lady named Camille and a 13-year-old girl. They were seriously injured. Black Isle, he was also wanted by the police for shooting a female at Jerusalem Mountain earlier this year on Saturday night, February 1 at minutes after 7 o'clock. Now, you remember a report I carried last Tuesday about an incident that took place late Sunday night, June 29, almost 12 midnight? That incident, it took place at Bottom Geneva in the Grange Hill area. I told you that a hoodlum opened gunfire at another hoodlum known as Dodo Man after Dodo Man was seen riding a bike in the area. Our information is that the police, they were searching for Ricardo Hemmings, also known as Black Isle, in relation to that shooting. So Black Isle, he was wanted by the police for several crimes, but guess what? Black Isle, he was no longer black, and he was now hiding in plain sight. Look on your screen. That is what you call transformation. Ricardo Hemmings, he transformed to look like a Chinese. As a matter of fact, Ricardo Hemmings, he was now called Chin Mix. No joke. That is the name he was now being called, Chin Mix, because he looked like a Chinese. Details so far are still sketchy, but we are learning that early this morning, Tuesday, July 8, at minutes after 4 o'clock, a team of police officers, they journeyed to Limal in St. Anne. They went in search of Ricardo Hemmings, also known as Chin Mix. The police, they are claiming that they were fired on and they returned the fire. When the smoke was clear, Chin Mix and one of his cousins, they were shot. That cousin's name is Jahmair Campbell. He was 29 years old. Both of them, they died on the spot. Indicom are carrying out investigations. Another hoodlum bites the dust. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sin, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them block out can't tame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. To the street and the lane. Everybody them start complain. Blood bloodshed, what a shame, what a shame. But me want me country back, give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica, the land of the sun. Jamaica become now the land of the gun. East and north and south when me turn. Country and town, man a pay blood a run. Murder, don't you baby me hear them a murder. Cut it out, tell them no gonna further. Man a dead like cans and bird, yeah. Who no listen them a word, yeah. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a